Yo, what's good? It's Russ. I'm here on the Sarah Harrison Show, aka Lady in the Trap. Out here in London just vibing, man. What's good?
This is the Sarah Harrison Show. You heard it here first, you dig?
The Lady in the Trap, you already know she bring the heat first to the UK. Let's get it.
It's what it is.
The Sarah Harrison Show. I'm sat here today in London with Russ, and I know I'm going to get your last name wrong, so I might as well let you say it.
Do you want my last name?
It's on your Twitter at, isn't it?
No, that's not my last name. That's not my last name. That's my company name. Diamond. Diemon.
Diamond. Yeah,
Yeah.
We won't ask you for your government. This is not This is not an interrogation. It's not an interrogation at all, man. Listen, you must be. Well, I know this for a fact because your Twitter feed says so. You are on a high right now.
Yeah, it's super wild. It's all very surreal. Very surreal.
So you are on a UK and European tour.
Yes, for sure.
So you've touched down so far. Let's see, Manchester,
Yep.
Glasgow.
Yep. Birmingham.
And Birmingham.
Yeah.
All right. What can you tell us of those three different cities in the UK?
Birmingham last night was probably like the craziest. Just as far as like amount of people and just they knew every single word. But everything was epic. I was thinking that Glasgow was gonna be like gray and like dingy, and it was like super epic, super nice. Manchester was fresh. Everything's been like a trip. It's really mind blowing.
Don't you think, like as you said, Glasgow is beautiful, isn't it? The architecture and everything.
Super nice. Super nice. I think we were all surprised. Me and all like my crew was like, what the fuck? Like, not what we expected, but super nice.
And now you're in London, a sold out show.
Yes, what an epic sentence. What a crazy, it's like literally surreal, yeah. Wow.
So we're going to get into your catalogue of music, but so far, what's been the reaction to which particular song? Do you feel like, wow, I didn't expect this song to get this much love?
Yeah. Well, the one that's like crushing right now is What They Want. But like, I expected that to get love, even Losing Control. Like, the songs that are like crushing, I'm like, I expected that because like, when I was doing them, I was like, yo, this is crazy. But I don't know, there's some that like surprised me. Like, I have this song called Tsunami, and it's just rapping, and it's like one of the bigger ones, which is super weird. But I don't know, it's all just mind-blowing to me. All
Sure.
of it. Yeah.
Why did you decide to call it the Manifest Tour?
Because that's exactly what like this is. This whole thing was manifested. Like, even on songs before like I had this tour booked, I was saying like shows overseas and they're sold out. Like, I always knew, and it's like I didn't have any shows overseas sold out at that point. So it's like just literally manifested it. So yeah.
So let's get into who Russ Diamond is for new listeners, new fans.
Or
that
just Russ, no Diamond.
Okay, just Russ. Okay, let's just stick to that. Just Russ.
Yeah.
Like just Blaze. Okay, so Russ, you are currently based in Atlanta.
Yes.
But tell us about your actual background, where you grew up, and musically how you decided to, get to where you are now.
Right. I was born in New Jersey. I was moved around a lot as a kid, which is why like I didn't really like claim Atlanta. Well, it was one of the reasons because like, I haven't really had like a hometown because I moved around so much and like at weird times. You know what I mean? So, but I live in Atlanta. I've lived there since I was 12. I'm 23. But yeah, my grandfather taught me guitar when I was like 13, and that kind of like opened up the whole me exploring music and making my own music door. So, yeah.
So, being 12 in Atlanta, what was that like? Like, musically, what were you into?
12? What was...
Because Atlanta, the music scene has always been so prominent, and there's such a distinct sound that comes from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And whereabouts in Atlanta, by the way?
It's like all over. At 12, what was I listening to? 12, I was still heavy on like 50 Cent and Eminem. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I had just moved from North Carolina, and that's what I was listening to. I don't know, because I didn't get into like the Jay-Z stuff, like the more intellectual stuff. So I was older, I couldn't understand it.
Right.
I don't know. I was listening to like a lot of like singer-songwriter music too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
It's funny to me because I've been to Atlanta and
Have you?
yeah, I love it.
You love it. What?
Okay, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't introduce myself properly. I'm the lady in the trap.
You're the
That's
lady in the
I'm the
trap.
lady in the trap. You now see how Atlanta would be the first place on the map to go to.
Of course, and you loved it.
It's the shit.
What did you do when you went to Atlanta?
Okay, I went to a bunch of studios with like producers like Done Deal, Metro,
Okay.
Sunny.
Yeah,
I went to Treesound.
of course.
Yeah,
Treesound is like 15 minutes away from where like my studio was always at.
amazing. I think
Yeah.
the vibe in there is amazing. Shout out Molly.
Yes, for sure. I have a funny story about Treesound. When Drake and Future were recording their What a Time to Be Alive,
Yeah.
we knew that they were recording it because they put up a picture and we recognized the room. And so
Yeah.
me and my friend,
Yeah,
like,
the room with it's
it's Studio A is what it is at
is it Jimi
Treesound.
Hendrix on the?
I don't know. It might be. It might
Yeah.
be. But what's it called? So I call my friend. I'm like, yo, Drake and Future are up at Treesound right now. And like, I had like a connect at Treesound. So I was like, yo, you gotta get me in a room. Because I'm just thinking like, yo, let me just be in their presence. Let me just like, maybe I run into them in the bathroom or something like
Yeah.
something wild.
Or while Molly's cooking her food.
Right, of course. So like, we go up there, we get a room for like 2 hours, and we're just like sitting there drinking and smoking, just trying to figure out how are we gonna like finesse this, because we knew they were in there. But yeah, nothing happened.
Oh man.
It was so epic. Like it was like cool to be like, damn, they're mad close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was cool.
And see, that goes back to, because you're independent, right?
Yeah,
You're 100% independent.
Yeah.
So all this buzz that you've gained online is 100% organic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how did it first? What was the first step you took, like, in order to bring your music to that next level?
Just honestly putting it out, really, and putting it out consistently. That's the thing. A lot of people would like, they'll put out, 5 songs in a year, and it's like, okay. To some people, it's like that's you put out 5 singles this year, blah blah blah. But it's like, I realized that look, this is the internet. Like, one day is a month. You know what I mean? Like the amount of stuff that comes out. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to just be in your face every week for you to really
Nice.
like understand. Like, yo, like I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm like over here like waving my arms up and down like every week. So I don't know. It was just consistency, really.
You basically took the YouTubers approach.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, and it's like SoundCloud is the new radio, YouTube is the new TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, imagine like if you could own your own TV station and own your own radio station, how often would you play your music? Every week, every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of the approach I took.
So, all those uploads have resulted in how many albums? Because I couldn't believe it when I read that.
Well, okay, so before the SoundCloud, I had put out 11 albums. That was before.
Before?
Yeah.
So now you've got 20 albums. Crazy.
Yeah. So before.
How do you have that much space in your hard drive?
I know. I've had to double up. Yeah. So before the SoundCloud, I put out 11 albums, all self-produced, mixed, mastered, engineered. And then on the SoundCloud is like 75 songs. So I don't know, probably like you could make like 10 albums out of that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the artwork that you upload as well with your songs on the SoundCloud. How did it end up becoming so much of a concept?
Shout out to the homie Photo one time.
Okay. Graphics dudes.
Yeah, the homie Photo, who's up in Williamsburg, him and Kid Super, very, very, very fresh people, some of the most creative geniuses I've met. But me and Photo just naturally, we were friends, and like, I don't know, we kind of got in a rhythm. Like he made some artworks for me, and we weren't really clear on exactly what we were gonna do, and then we figured it out. We were like, look, we're gonna, what's the color of this song and what's the image? Cool, let's run it. And that was, now we've been doing it every week.
And they're all available for free download, right?
100% for sure.
Wow. You need to go and what's the SoundCloud?
SoundCloud.com/Russ. Very simple. RUSS.
But what I want to ask for new listeners who are just hearing about you and want to go online and listen to your music, like the catalog is so large. Like, where would you even start? Where would you recommend the best place to start?
I mean, I would start at the SoundCloud because I think it's the best.
But where in the SoundCloud, Russ?
Start at the top and just press play. Just vibe out. You know what I mean?
So Teed Up is the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that on my show. Got a good response. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, love it. Love your stuff. It's
Thank you.
Yeah. The frequencies are nice. It's awesome, and it's self, like everything yourself.
Everything, yeah.
So you're basically the epitome of like a successful DIY artist.
I would like to think I'm the DIY pioneer. Yeah.
Sick. You heard it. You heard it from the horse's mouth. You heard it here first. Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So, do you ever encounter writer's block because you don't really have any co-writers? You don't have a big camp around you.
Right.
Like, it must be hard to consistently write your own stuff.
I think, you know what? I think it's hard. I think you can get writer's block if you're the type of rapper who only raps about one thing. You know those rappers who their whole like shtick is to just kind of be like the money, the girls, and like whatever. And it's like, I mean, but I don't even know how you get writer blocked on that content because it's the easiest thing to say.
Exactly. It's like
but I don't know. For me, like everything is fair game. I always tell people when I meet them, like especially girls, it's like, yo, by the way, like disclaimer, you might end up in a song. You know what I mean? So it's,
true. It does feel quite autobiographical.
No, it 100% is. It's really just my audio diary. You know what I mean? So amazing. I don't know. I feel like every day there's something new to talk about if you really pay attention. So you've never had like a mentor or anything, like in terms of the engineering stuff, and or it was all self-taught? Yeah, all self-taught. No, not ever engineering or any of that. Just, you know, like rapping, sometimes I'll just be like, I don't feel like rapping, but then I'll just sing. And when I don't feel like singing, I'll just rap. So like, I don't know, it's cool. It's like being two people. You know what I mean? It's like being two. It's really like being like three people, because it's like if I don't feel like rapping or singing, I'll just make beats. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's true, actually. Yeah. So you can put the different hat on. Right. So you know, I like when one is running low on inspiration, the other one is probably doing okay. Talking about hats, is that merch you've got on there? It is my merch. Go on then. This is your time to plug. This is the EM from Diamond, which stands for Everyday Music. You can get this along with other select merch items on diamond.com/store. Amazing. Yeah. So amazing. But I'm interested though, would you ever be willing to do collabos with other producers or other artists? Like, are you very much introverted? It's crazy. I'm the most extroverted person in the world, just like in general. Okay. But like musically, I'm so picky. I just don't think anyone's that great anymore, except for like Drake and like Kanye, and like I like a lot of female artists though, like, but a lot of male artists are just, I don't know, like, because when I go into the studio now, it's like it used to be where I was like a little kid and like my eyes were like wide looking up to like all these rappers, but now like that, you know, like my stuff is kind of getting there too. It's like I'm not looking at y'all anymore like, oh my god, it's like I know what goes into this now, so what used to impress me doesn't impress me anymore. So. I know what you mean, and I feel like it's important, like quality control, you know. I like to call it like the Quincy Jones approach. Like everyone in the room has to be great in some way, you know. Like you can't just have any oddball like in the studio. For sure, I don't ever have anyone in the studio, let alone oddballs. That's amazing, man. But listen, I'm not going to let you go because I'm still confused as to how you grew up in Atlanta and you never even mentioned like Jeezy, T.I., Gucci, he's free. You should be like jumping up and down. Believe me, the thing that people don't realize is that Gucci's about to come back and literally run everything, because like Gucci's really like the father of trap music. It's mad. I mean? So like, and I think Gucci hasn't even really... The world like hasn't really seen what Gucci is really even capable of, because the internet's so booming. All these social medias, it's like, I know, right? Gucci's about to take over that. Listen, you can't let down a Gucci and Russ Diamond collabo though. Like if he's like up for honestly, it, that'd be so tight. No, honestly, like the thing is, I would just want to be making the beats, and like I don't like doing collabs if it's like, yo, send me the beat. I like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to like sit in the studio and let's vibe and do something crazy. 100, because you know he embraces like new talent like crazy. I would definitely do something with Gucci. He's a legend. Just because, exactly, he's a legend. He's a legend, and also Gucci has like a lot of signature flows that people low key bite. You know what I mean? That like, and because they might make it more mainstream, like people don't realize like, nah, that's the Gucci flow. But yeah, Gucci's a legend. Sick. Well, it's been so good chatting to you. This was amazing.
Really?
Yes, what?
I'm glad, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you perform as
Are
well.
you coming tonight?
Of course, 100%. I don't interview anything that I wouldn't want to see.
Okay, amazing. Amazing.
I'm a DJ, so I'm a music fan first, you know.
Sick. Beautiful.
Thanks so much for sitting on the Sarah Harrison
Thank
show.
you. This is amazing.